You're always starting something new, but never seeing it through. And you've got 5 different projects half finished and nothing really working. If you're wondering why nothing ever gains traction, this episode is for you. Today, I'm challenging you and honestly myself to stick with one thing for an entire year, not perfectly, not with hustle, just with consistency. Let's talk about what happens when you actually give something enough time to grow.
Hey, teacher friend. Welcome to Online Business for Teachers, the podcast for educators who are tired of being tired and wondering if there's more out there. Are you up late Googling online jobs for teachers or how to make extra money from home? Do you dream about starting a business, working from home, or finally getting paid for the resources you've already created without adding more stress to your plate? I'm Monica Lopez, a former teacher who was burnt out, overwhelmed, and secretly searching for a way out. I wanted more time with my kids, the freedom to work from home, and a way to make money doing something I actually enjoyed. That's when I discovered the simplest path, creating and selling my own teacher resources, using the skills I already had. Now, I help teachers like you turn your ideas into income with step-by-step guidance, real talk about finding time to grow your business, and the mindset shifts that help you believe it's actually possible. So close those lesson plans and grab your favorite drink. It is your turn now.
Before we dive in though, if you want to see your business growth in real numbers, you've got to download the Google Sheet Tracker for TPT sellers that I use to keep up with my most important numbers like sales, followers, email subscribers, reviews, and all of the things that you want to measure. You can update it each month and watch your progress over time, even on the days that it feels like nothing is moving. So grab your free tracker and start seeing just how much your business is actually growing. The link is in the show notes. Last week, we talked about shiny object syndrome and how we have to pick one thing to focus on at a time. Today, I want to take it a step further and talk about how long to stick with it. Sometimes I think my problem is that I haven't found the right thing yet. So I think I have to try everything. I need to start new offers, new content, new platforms, create new courses, start a blog, create a freebie, all of the things. But every time that I don't see fast results, I start wondering, well, maybe this is not it, or maybe I should switch strategies, or maybe I'm just not good at this. But the other day, I was watching Julie and Julia, the movie about that woman, Julie Powell, who decides that she's going to cook every single recipe in Julia Child's cookbook in 1 year. True story, by the way. She was just this regular person in a job that she didn't like, feeling kind of lost and stuck in her life. Sound familiar? So she didn't want to start this huge challenge with a business plan or a strategy. And she wasn't trying to go viral. She didn't even know what would come of it. She just wanted something to focus on, something to finish. So she picked one thing and she stuck with it for a full year. She wasn't perfect. She had meltdowns, she doubted herself, but she kept showing up. And it reminded me, well, first of all, it reminded me of me, because anybody who is starting a business and is going through the beginning phase or that valley of despair goes through all the meltdowns and all the self-doubts, but we still keep showing up, right? But it also reminded me about what if the only thing that I've been missing is time with a thing that I actually started. And I don't know, something just really hit me there because here I am, a mom, a teacher, a creator, someone who's always juggling a million things. And so I began asking myself, what would happen if I did that? What would happen if I just gave one thing a real chance, like without quitting, without rushing, without over analyzing? So let's talk about why this works, why committing to one thing for a year can be the best decision that you make in your business. So here are a few reminders. Number 1, sticking with one thing builds traction. Traction doesn't come from starting something. It comes from sustaining it. When you pick one focus, whether that's a podcast or your TPT store or your email list or your membership or whatever, you stop scattering your energy. And so you start building systems instead. You start learning your audience. You start creating feedback loops. And over time, that's what builds momentum. Okay, another thing is fast is not always the goal. We've been sold the lie that if it's meant to work, it'll work quickly. All the doors are going to open and da 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 da. But that's not how real business building works. Yes, doors do open, but y'all, it's slow. Here is the real truth. My TPT store grew slow and still growing. I mean, I started making like $100 the first year, and then it moved up to like $600 the next year. It is a slow progress, and my membership is not even a year old, so it's still growing. It's going slowly but surely. So the point I'm trying to make here is we often quit on things right before they start compounding, and the only thing missing is time. Another thing is you don't have to monetize right away. I struggle with this one. I know a lot of business owners struggle with this one as well. When we start something, we want to start making money right away. I mean, isn't that what a business is supposed to do, right? But this is your permission slip. You don't have to make money immediately. You don't have to scale fast. You don't have to be perfect out of the gate. In fact, it's getting harder and harder to build online businesses quickly because people are very skeptical about online businesses now. There's so many scams out there, so they actually need to get to know you. So you just have to show up again and again and again and let time do the heavy lifting. All of a sudden, you are going to skyrocket, okay? Because people are actually going to know you and like you and trust you. So here are some examples of slow growth that have worked for me. I stayed committed to my TPT store even during the seasons of low sales. Like you have June and July, those are low sales for just about anybody. For me, my lower sales are actually towards the end of the year as well, but I stick with it. And now it's making more money than it did the first year, right? I also showed up for my email list when it felt like no one was reading. And now those people are the first to buy when I launch something new because they know me, they like me, and they trust me. At least I think they do. None of those things, though, took off instantly, but all of them are rewarding this consistency. So the point is that if you've been bouncing from strategy to strategy, waiting for something to click, maybe it's not about finding the next thing. Maybe it's about you sticking with what you already started. So here's my challenge for you. What's the one thing that you are going to commit to for the next 12 months, no matter what? And I'm not talking about perfectly. I'm not talking about obsessing over it. I'm just talking about doing it faithfully for the next 12 months, because most people don't fail because they pick the wrong thing. They fail because they quit too soon. Ask me how I know. So if you're ready to go all in for the next year, but you want a clear, customized plan to make it happen, let's work through it together. Book a one-on-one strategy call with me, and we'll map out exactly what you're focusing on and how to stick with it, and the steps that will actually move your business forward this year. No more guessing. No more starting and stopping. Just a plan that you can feel confident about and the accountability to follow through. Remember, it's not about pace. It's about practice. One thing, 1 year. Let's see what happens. See you next time. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next time.
Hey, teacher friend, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If this show is helping you dream a little bigger, would you take 30 seconds to leave a quick review? It means the world to me, and it helps more teachers find their way to this podcast. I'll meet you back here next week. Take care and keep dreaming bigger.